one of this year's NFL draft was dominated by trench warfare, but there still could be some fantasy diamonds in the rough, starting first and foremost with Tavon Austin, formerly West Virginia, now with the St. Louis Rams, a dynamite talent across the board. The Percy Harvin comparisons are very fair. A guy that's highly explosive in the open field, shifty as well. Going to slide into that vacated slot position with Danny Amendola now in New England. Don't be surprised if Austin goes for at least 1,100 combined yards and 5 to 7 touchdowns in his inaugural campaign. DeAndre Hopkins, a guy that not only can wreck a hotel room, but also opposing secondaries, goes to the Houston Texans. Finally, the complimentary wide receiver the Texans have been looking for seemingly for years, Andre Johnson. He's a player that I think could very much thrive in his first year as well. An outstanding offense across the board. Plus, he's going to see a lot of single coverages with defenses rotating the side of Andre 3000. Don't be at all shocked if he emerges as a low-end wide receiver 2 in 12-team fantasy leagues. Meanwhile, E.J. Manuel in the no you didn't moment of the draft, going surprisingly to the Buffalo Bills over Ryan Nassib, who many expected was going to reconnect with his old college coach at Syracuse, Doug Marrone. But Manuel, a very intriguing player, a guy that's great in play action, also in the shotgun, ran a 4.65 40-yard dash in the NFL Combine. He's kind of a poor man's Cam Newton, if you will. Great offensive setup there, terrific offensive line. Stevie Johnson, C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson, when healthy, Scott Chandler to throw to. He's a nice late-round pick, 11th hour pick for fantasy owners, especially those in dynasty leagues. And yes, I think he will outpace Kevin Kolb and earn the starting job out of the gate. Finally, a couple of quick hitters here. Tyler Eifert, formerly of Notre Dame, now the Cincinnati Bengals, shockingly went to Cincy, even though they have Jermaine Gresham already on roster. A guy that I think could be a Kyle Rudolph type, a low yardage yield, but 6-7 touchdowns given his skyward frame and plus athleticism and tender hands as well in my fearless forecast in year one, again, for the best tight end on the board. And finally, Cordero Patterson going to the Minnesota Vikings, a project receiver. And with Christian Ponder ranked dead last in deep ball passing according to Pro Football Focus last year, I think that guy going to be yielding also some targets to Greg Jennings. At best, a wide receiver 5, maybe even a wide receiver 6, kind of a Stephen Hill type, 600 yards, 3-4 touchdowns. It's all I'm expecting out of him in his rookie season. Meanwhile, where were the running backs? No running backs taken in round one. First time in 50 years.